today I'm in the Mosaic studio with Martin Cheek.
Hello.
And this is just by Bleak House. So, good afternoon, Martin.
Hello, you all right?
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good,
Yeah.
same here. Well, I really appreciate you letting me come into your studio where yourself and your colleague are currently working on various mosaics. Can you give us some background into what you do and how you started, etc.?
Yeah, well, the difference between me and anyone else is I've pioneered the medium of fused glass mosaics.
Okay.
So glass is very old, the techniques of glass. So people have been fusing glass for millennia. So, for example, in the Victoria and Albert Museum, in the glass department, which is really lovely place to go, they've done it all up and it's fantastic. But there are millefiori bowls from 2500 BC. In other words, 4,500 years ago. So I can't claim to have invented that.
You haven't started it.
No. And then mosaics, as we know, I mean, Roman can be 1st, 2nd century, Byzantine from the 4th century to the 13th century, also millennia old. So, but what I've done is I've put the two together and I fuse the glass. So, for instance, over there there's a mosaic of a toucan in a forest. The toucan is a piece of glass. All the foliage are various pieces of fused glass, and then really, if you analyse it, it's the background that is the mosaic. They're still called mosaics. I still call them that. And it depends on your definition of a mosaic, really. I mean, they're not traditional mosaics.
Right.
And the main features can, the pieces, I mean, right now I'm making the tail of a pheasant that's, about 40 centimetres long, and that'll be one piece of glass.
Right.
My story for the kilns is I went on the weakest link and I won it, and I bought the first two kilns over there, which are the biggest plug-in kilns you can get.
And how long ago was that?
Oh, about 15 years ago,
wow.
I think. And plug-in kilns means you can just plug it in the mains, turn it on, and off you go. But then we went on eggheads, and that was quite fun because we were called Grout Expectations in honour of Charles Dickens and the grouting for the mosaic. So that was our name. And we won that. So the money from that bought my big kiln, which is just beside you there.
The one I'm standing next to at the moment.
Yeah, you're standing next to it. So obviously I do my big things in my big kiln. Yeah. But it's volumetric. So the small kilns fire overnight, which is really lovely because you get your production going and you know it's all exciting. The big kiln, however, takes a couple of days.
Right.
So for me, by myself, to fire the big kiln is quite an effort.
Yeah.
And that's not a plug-in kiln. That kiln needs its own separate ring main, and that's what's happening all over there.
So there's quite a lot of power in that.
A lot of power, a lot of electricity. Yeah. The glass comes from Portland, Oregon. It's called bullseye glass, and it's made over there in Portland, and it's the best quality glass.
Is that the glass I'm looking at?
Yeah,
it's in sheets at the moment.
The glass comes in sheets. Yeah. And there is a supplier here in Bristol where we get it, but it's made in Portland, and you can get streaky glass and all the different colours. Some of them are what's called strikers, which means they change colour when you fire them.
Right.
Especially the pinks, which can look quite soft.
Is that
pink.
similar to when people do pottery? That the colours can change? Yeah,
the glass, I mean, glazes for pottery is also glass. I mean, glass is a silica, as you will know, sand, basically. And then to that are added oxides, which give you the colour. So, for instance, manganese will be brown, copper will be blue, titanium white. But the pinks have got gold in them. That the oxide is gold, which makes a sheet of glass that's pink about 4 times the price of a normal sheet of glass.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and the price of gold keeps going up, so does the pink. And it's a bit like when the Chancellor puts up booze and fags. You think, right, I'm never going to smoke again. I'm never going to drink again.
And is that like you with glass?
Yeah.
I'm never going to buy glass again.
I'm never going to use pinks again. And then, of course, a week later, you're opening your whiskey and having a fag, and it's a bit like that because I realise I really like making flamingos, and I realised if I was ever going to make any flamingos again, I was going to have to cough up the quadrupled price for the pink. So that's happened. So
So in relation to just going back to what you said about mosaic and the Romans, because everybody's interpretation of mosaic is mosaic floors, isn't it?
Traditionally, I suppose.
That's what people would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Pompeii, it was ever thus. So you get, say, a fishmonger who thinks I'm the best fishmonger in Pompeii, and he'll commission a mosaic with all the fish looking all lovely.
Yeah.
And then somebody else will think, well, I'm a much better fishmonger than he is, and they'll commission a much bigger and better one. And it's sort of that sort of one-upmanship. I mean, mosaic has always been an extravagance. I mean, clearly you don't have to have one, but they're really lovely way of illustrating what you do traditionally, and floors, as you say. Yeah, I mean, I have done floors, but my favourite is just making pictures. And then I like writing verses to accompany the work, which help to explain my thinking, really.
Right.
So, I mean, the toucan over there, the verse says, "Toucan likes it where he lives. He doesn't care for migration. He just sits there looking smart, a toucan of admiration."
I love it.
So they're witty.
And you do that for each individual one?
I do, and sometimes the verse comes first. Usually I make the piece and then I write the verse, and I can write a verse in minutes, but then I'll spend days fine-tuning it and changing the odd word.
Yeah.
An example of when the verse came first are the flamingos over there, and that's called Eat Your Pinks. And the verse says, "The reason that flamingos are pink is due to their habit of eating shrimp. So even if that crustacean stinks, don't forget to eat your pinks." And of course, needless to say, the inspiration for that is being told to eat your greens.
Eat your greens.
Yeah, so if you're a flamingo, you need to eat your pinks. And if you look closely, you'll see there's one who's still white because he hasn't eaten his pinks.
Oh.
So I have fun with it, really.
Yeah.
Recently, I've made some QR codes in Mosaic.
I tested it yesterday.
Yeah, it worked.
And it worked.
Nobody, even me or the techie guy who worked out my QR code for me, knew whether they would work or not. I thought the reflection from the glass would somehow inhibit it, but it works perfectly well.
It did. It worked. It took me straight to your website.
One's website and one's my YouTube channel. I've got over 400 videos on YouTube. They're always small, the films. Just a minute or so. We try and get them into a minute, and it's explaining my process and reciting the verses on.
So how long have you had the studio here?
Well, we moved full time in around 2000, but I've been doing it. I've been here before that, but full time every day since 2000. I've been self-employed since 1982, and I've spent the last 40 years making mosaics. I've made more than 1,000.
Wow.
Last year I made 41 big ones. That's not counting all the small stuff.
Yeah.
I aim for one a week, which of course I don't manage, but I try for one a week. And every week, every Sunday, I send out a newsletter explaining my process.
Yeah.
And it's usually the latest mosaic.
And I take it all this information's available on your website?
Yeah, and you can sign up for the newsletter. The newsletter's my favourite thing because it's current.
Yeah.
The website, you have to keep updating it and so on, whereas the newsletter is every week it's talking about the latest thing, which is really nice.
Right.
And that goes out to a few thousand people worldwide. I never get it when people come in the studio and say, no, I'm not local, because if I sent the newsletter out to 15 people in Broadstairs, it wouldn't be worth it. It goes all over the world. The works sell all over the world. Andrew is just finishing off a piece that's going to go off. I can see
Andrew standing just behind you.
Yeah, this is a long frieze that's going. This is just one of 3 panels, and it's a long frieze that goes over a fireplace.
Wow!
And this is off to Palm Springs.
Really?
Yeah. And that's what we do. This one here, which is the Tree of Life, is my bestseller. I've made it many, many times.
And is every one an individual?
Absolutely. I mean, this one's got an egg in it. I've had them with chicks in. I've done an Australian one, an American one, a pink one, a Canadian one. And sometimes, because I work on mesh, somebody might come along and say, oh, there's too many orange birds and I don't like orange, in which case I can just whip them off and replace them with your favourite colour, which might be blue,
So are you a Broadstairs born and bred man?
No, that's I'm not a Bradstonian.
Yeah,
I'm not.
That's right, Bradstone.
Yeah, I'm not a Bradstonian.
Right.
I'm a Brummie, actually. And when I relax, you might spot my my Brummie accent coming out.
What do you like about having a studio here in Broadstairs? Do you get inspiration from being in Broadstairs?
Yeah, inspiration from nature. I just like it. I like being by the sea. Being a Brummie, if you want to go somewhere, you can go in all directions of the compass. It took me a long while to realise that every time I wanted to go somewhere, I was going in the same direction.
Right.
Unless you go to France, of course. And so that took a bit of working out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like it here. I like being by the sea. I like. I mean, the term DFL, down from London, is derogatory.
I'm one of those.
But I like the DFLs. And without them, I wouldn't survive. And I get good footfall, especially in the summer. I've got what I call my gallery gate out there, and in the summer, I can open my doors and hang the work on the gallery gate, and it's really nice. I'm also represented by the New Kent Gallery, which is just opposite the George over there. They're moving to the High Street, but they represent my work, which is good.
And as you say, the footfall, because you run between Bleak House, and then you go down to where you've got the Old Curiosity and York Street. So it is quite a big thoroughfare, isn't it?
Yeah, lots of dog walkers, and Bleak House have started doing farmers markets.
They have.
The second Sunday in every month, which was yesterday, as it happens. And I do notice the difference in the footfall because of that. Yeah, it's good.
So, in relation to your work, say the one you're working on now.
Yes.
How long would this take you from your thought process to
a couple of months? I mean, this is the original, which was a Reeves pheasant. And first of all, I made a golden pheasant, and that sold. And then I made this Reeves pheasant, and that sold. So I haven't had one of these long enough to sort of enjoy it. Of course I need to sell the work, but I like it. I like to have a bit of a period of time with it before it goes, and often they sell before I finished because of the newsletters. I just finished a Monet's Water Lily, and we won't get to put it up because someone's bought it, and then I'll just go again. So this one is going to be the Lady Amherst pheasant. They're ornamental pheasants. And then I put them in flowers. My knowledge of flora is not great, but there's a local guy who's ex of the garden, who's a gardener at one of the big gardens. So he advises me on suitable flora. Yeah. I'm getting a little bit better. I'm good on birds and I'm good on animals.
Yeah. So do people come in and give you a commission? They'll give you an idea of something they like?
I mean, the commissions tend to be things that have been before. So, I mean, that toucan over there, that's the third version of that. But I like it so much, I just make it again. Yeah. And they come out different every time. And I'm unashamed of doing it. I mean, people like Van Gogh, for instance, painted the sunflowers 3 times. Picasso famously, I mean, he'd take a painting like Déjeuner sur l'herbe and do a whole series of paintings based on it. So I'm unashamed about that, and each one is different anyway. And the clients know, it's just that they see something. I mean, like this octopus over here. Mm-hmm. I mean, somebody saw it, wanted it, and recommissioned it. The tree I'd made about 20 times. The octopus, that's the 4th one. There's another one there which is nettles.
So there is a continuous flow of different variations of.
Yeah, there is, and I try and work on something new. Usually I've got about 6 on the go at any one time, and I like to have one that's for me, and those are the ones that sell. When I try and be commercial, it stands out so much, and it has to come from the heart. People can see when it doesn't work to just do something for the money. It shows, and so there has to be a heart.
And the other thing is, like you say, your heart, and you put your heart and soul into it.
Yeah, you do, and then I make them for me, and then people buy them, basically.
So really, it's a two-way thing, isn't it? Because you're getting pleasure from doing it, and then somebody else gets the pleasure from the work that they purchase from you.
I mean, one of the things that people say the most is, when I win the lottery, I'll buy a mosaic, and I feel like saying, well, when I win the lottery, I'm not going to sell it to you, because I don't really want to sell them. I'm happy. I love being surrounded by them.
Yeah.
It's just...
And they are beautiful. I mean, you are surrounded.
Yeah, I am.
Everywhere I look.
Yeah. I mean, basically it's like putting petrol in the car. I see selling a mosaic as putting petrol in the car. You can go to the next place without any petrol in the car, you can't go anywhere. And the same for me. If I don't sell my work, I can't make more.
I'm just looking around in here, and behind me, you've got the jars.
Those are my
How
jars.
many jars are there?
That's about 20 years worth of. They're called morini. So millefeuille means thousands of flowers.
Yeah.
And basically, millefeuille are morini. So on the Venn diagram, the big circle is the morini, and then the subsection, the little circle, is millefeuille. Most people know what millefeuille is, especially if they've been to Murano. And
I've been there.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to Murano, you can buy a millefeuille bowl that looks very similar to the one from 4,500 years ago, 2,500 BC, and they're still making them, and you can get it hot off the press, as it were, hot from the furnace, and take it home.
Wow.
And that's so I have learnt to make my own because I couldn't keep going to Murano and buying theirs. It's nice to make my own, because then of course I can design them. They're all designed. So some of them are based on famous paintings. So this one is, we've got Starry, Starry Night by Van Gogh. We've got Marilyn Monroe singing Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend.
Like it.
And I sell those as pendants.
Yeah.
I like to have things that are what most people would consider affordable, like the smaller items.
Yeah.
And then I sell the individual birds, because obviously the mosaics take me a long time, ergo costs a lot of money.
Of course.
So I've got, my prices go from, £3 for a card to £8 for a pendant to, £2,000 for a mosaic.
But the thing is, you're getting something which is very unique and individual.
Yeah. I mean, even the pendants, each one is different.
Yeah.
The way I do it, I make a bar, I stack the glass, slice it, stack it, glue it, fire it and chop it, and then fire it in profile. And then that goes in the mosaic. I mean, the toucans is a really good example.
Yeah.
And then we make them as pendants. I'm just about, with this pheasant, this Lady Amherst pheasant, arrange the morini on the glass in these bands, and then that will fire.
It's incredible.
This will be this.
And just through the heat is how you get
it's like a pizza. It's like, I'm going to put bits on, like putting things on a pizza, and then we're going to melt it, and then it's going to be.
I see you've got your colleague here. It's Andrew, isn't it?
Andrew,
yes.
So Andrew, if you don't mind me asking, what's your role here?
I come once a week, sometimes more. You'd like me to come more, wouldn't you, Martin?
Yeah, in the past you've said you do the things that you do all the things that I don't like doing.
Yeah, that's right. These days.
Today,
for example, I haven't been grouting today. Normally, I do that.
Yeah.
We've been painting the quails, which we were talking about. That's ready to go off to America.
Yeah.
Because it's all finished, grouted, and framed. And we're also going to set the Tree of Life, that large one, with the gold background.
Oh, really?
That's going to be set, ready for grouting next time I come.
Brilliant.
It goes on a bit.
I found this fascinating. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, Martin, if anybody wants to come and visit you, what's the actual full address of where we are at the moment?
I'm usually here. I'm trying to take a day off a week.
Yeah.
Just to give my hands a rest. I'm usually here weekends because that's when we get the footfall.
Yeah.
And the address is 21 Harbour Street, but the way to remember it is it's just opposite Bleak House. So if you're coming down Harbour Street, you've got the wine bar, and then if you keep going, you've got the York Gate. You don't do that. You turn left and you walk under the arch of Archway House.
That's right.
So Flint House was built in 1720. Right. And Archway was built 9 years later, and you walk under the arch. You've then got Bleak House on your left, and if you keep going, you'll see me.
See you on the right.
There's a couple of clues because there's mosaics on the walls, so you should
give it away a bit, don't they?
Yeah, you should know you've come to the right place. Yeah. And that's what we do.
Brilliant. Well, listen, thank you so much for sparing your time
while
you're working. And people can also visit your website, can't they?
Yeah, the website's called shopmartincheek.com.
Okay.
But if you just Google my name, Martin Cheek, along with the word glass or mosaic, it'll come up. And then on the website you can sign up for the newsletter, which, as I keep saying, is my favourite thing because it's just different every week and it's current.
And the other thing is you're based in the fantastic place of Broadstairs.
We love Broadstairs. Yeah, it's great, and it's we've got the Blues Festival coming up. I like all that. Yeah. Folk Week in the summer, Dickens Week, and so on. Bleak House are doing a lot to revive Dickens Week.
They are.
Yeah, and that's.
I'm going to be speaking to Elizabeth about that.
Yeah, so it's good. I mean, they're doing really sterling work to try and promote the area. I mean, I think I did my bit because the people who come and do classes. I mean, we do classes where you bring a drawing and we make it in glass. Yeah, it's not a drawing class, so you need your design of what you want to do. And I mean, obviously those people then stay and they use the restaurants and the pubs and so on. So I think I'm doing my bit to help the economy,
No, it's brilliant.
And have been doing for many years. So there we are.
Well, as I said, thank you so much for your time.
You're good.
And you've enlightened me into what you do, and I didn't realise it was such a, I don't know, an in-depth sort of thing.
Well, it's
from
a process,
design
isn't it?
to finish. It is a process.
You can't walk away from it. I have enormous respect for bakers, who get up and bake bread every day. I mean, in certain countries, I mean, Greece, for example, I mean, those people are, held in as pillars of society, which indeed I think they should be.
Yeah.
And I think in certain, Greece places I've been, they bake twice a day, in the morning and in the afternoon, and it's a big deal. Yeah. And that person is very much respected, and I also respect those people.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's good.
Good stuff. Andrew, Martin,
thank
you guys for letting me into your workshop.